to our new channel here. I'm SS Monty 87. Some people call me Steve. Some people also call me School Board Steve, but I recently got voted off and now I have time to try something like this. I've got a 64 Galaxie and I know we're not going to spend a lot of time dealing with School Board Steve because people are here to see Galaxies, not Steve. Anyway, this car has been with me for about a year and a half. I finally got a title for it and I'm ready to start working on it. I've got a trunk full of goodies and I'd like to be able to kind of document that for other people if they're doing the same things I am. The goal for this car is to be kind of just a Sunday driver, have fun, drive with the kids, take it to town and cruise, hopefully get it out on the highway a little bit more. We're not making a race car, but we've got a trunk full of surprises and we'll reveal those here and there. First off, it needs brakes. It runs pretty decent. When I bought this car, it did not run, but I put a carb kit in it, put an electric fuel pump on it, and I got it running, and I've been battling to get the title for about a year. So we're ready to take off. We'll get it outside and do a little walk around. Quite honestly, I haven't even been underneath the car other than what I can see from the sides. So I'd like to get it jacked up and see what's going on, and then we're going to start right on a conversion of the disc for drum brakes, becoming disc brakes and power brakes. We've got some parts for that and a few other things we're going to do while we've got the steering and suspension kind of accessible. One thing about this video is I'm probably going to learn a lot of things about this car about the same time that you do. But it hasn't been off of these gravel roads yet. Maybe just put it up on some blocks so we can look underneath. We'll look around. Just gotta see what we've got. Alright, we've got a lot of wind out here. I apologize for that. Not too good at making these videos yet. We may be just moving the car back inside in my gravel floor storage shed there, so that we can avoid some of this wind. We'll do a quick walk around outside in the daylight and kind of take a look around the car, and then we'll get it up on some blocks and we'll all look at it underneath together, I guess. This car came from western North Dakota is my understanding. I'm in central North Dakota here. Excuse me. And if we go east, if I look for cars to the east of here, they're pretty rusted out getting into Minnesota. Even from this area, but once you cross the Missouri River, just a whole different climate, and the cars look a lot better. So anyway, this was an older couple. It seems like that owned it up until maybe 10 years ago even. I don't know. Two guys have owned it since but haven't done anything with it, and I've kind of followed in that same direction for the last year and a half, but we're ready to get going on it now. So as you can see, we've got a little dent, little scuff right in there, some rust on the quarter, but this is a pretty straight car for this area. I know some people maybe wouldn't wouldn't want a car like this, but I'm glad to have something this straight. My brother-in-law's a body man. He might get involved in this. I'll get a couple of friends over. Some of you might know Ryan Vigasoff from Blue Top Steering Gears. He has talked to me about possibly rebuilding this power steering valve, and I think a lot of you would like to meet him if you don't know him personally. We got some mud down here on the fender. Tires are in good shape on this thing. It's really a straight car. There's some screws in the trim. Back door here, nice carpet. Package tray is decent, headliner's decent. I think all the lights work on this car. They don't with the rear doors, of course. That's busted out. The visors are coming apart, but the dash is in good shape. Carpet's in pretty good shape. This front seat is a little rough, covered up by a seat cover right now, of course. This is pretty much how I bought it. Some LED lighting that the last kid had. He left a bunch of court summons in here. Don't know too much about him, but I don't know if I want to. Mirror is missing. I put the horn switch on it when I first got it, and about a day later, all of a sudden the horn just shorted out. Stayed going, now it's not. Maybe I have that wire disconnected now, I'm not sure. Most of the trim is here on the car. Most of it's in pretty decent shape. It's just kind of a survivor car. A little rust on the front bumper here. This looks to me like maybe Gramps spent some time out in the garage after Granny maybe had a little problem when she was coming home from the Goodwill. I don't know a lot of the history on the car, but somebody spent some time trying to straighten that out. I do have a bezel for it. It's not much better, but it is a little better shape. So get a little rust there. Like I say, this is a good starting point for a 56-year-old car in this region of the United States. Got a bumper kind of kinked up right here. Quarters pushed in a little bit. A little bit of trim on the trunk that's not so great. I've seen some Galaxies done up with all the bumpers, body color, and most of the trim removed. Some pretty good inspirations on some of the Facebook Galaxie groups that I follow. I don't know how much we're going to do painting, or really this is not a show car by any means. Not intended to be, but we'll see what we can find. It's good enough for what we're trying to do right now. I don't have any reason to question if this is the original engine or not. 289 in here. It's got a bit of a leak there. Steering is all power steering is kind of non-existent, non-functional. We have a transmission cooler line that I don't know, rabbit must have hit it or something. Really the only thing I've done to this car so far, the electric fuel pump that I put in just to get it going. I've got a mechanical. I did this because I had the pump laying there and wanted to get it going, and then rebuilt the carburetor, and the rest of it is as I received it. I've got the old single cylinder brakes that it doesn't do anything, quite frankly. So that's the first thing that's going to go. We'll do, while we have it apart for brakes, we'll rebuild the steering, I think, and just see what all else we find. I thought about doing it outside here. I'm gone all next week. I've got a couple days to work on it, so we'll see what kind of progress we make, but it might be better to do it inside with all the weather we get. If I'm working on the evenings, got some mosquitoes to deal with, and then of course this wind that you're hearing too. So anyway, I guess hope people enjoy the car. I've enjoyed it so far, and I haven't even really driven it, but I think it'll be a good ride, and it'll be fun to get to take it to town and cruise in the evenings. Just kind of make it the daily driver. Okay, with the wind and all that going, and knowing how my projects typically turn out, there's going to be something that doesn't go right here, so I think it'll be in my best interest. I know it's going to be only a couple more seconds for you on the video, but I think it'll be in my best interest to go ahead and put it back in the shed, and we can take it apart, not have to worry about if it's going to rain, hail, tornado, mosquitoes, wind. We do get heat up here in North Dakota. I know some people wouldn't believe that, but it was 90-some degrees yesterday. I think a high of about 72 today. We're in the middle of June right now, so anyway, we'll just go ahead and put it back in the shed and tear it apart that way. Let's use the park brake here. Now this shed was clean at one time, and then I had a daughter, and then I pretty much just started packing it full like a hoarder. I'm much better at buying projects than I am at finishing them, so we don't have a lot of room to work here, but we'll make do. We need to do something about that exhaust that's hanging down there, but I think we can, you know. Just a little bit, because some of this stuff on the sides is movable. I'm just hoping that we have decent lighting in here to show what's going on. I'm no pro, but I do know that I watch a lot of YouTube videos to learn what other people are doing, and I appreciate the help, so maybe somebody will learn something from these two.